live stream. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying something new. How is everyone? Give me a thumbs up if you can actually hear me. I got new headphones for Mother's Day. Obviously, my child knows me quite well. It's got a little kitty cat, and it lights up when I have it plugged in. So I think it's pretty awesome. Hello, and how is everyone this week? Yeah, you can see it. Aren't they awesome? They sparkle too. It's like, all right, great. I'm just excited. I might not do these all the entire time because I'm not used to wearing headphones, but it's pretty awesome. How is everyone this week? I had another challenging week. It was a lot of day job stuff, but I did get my writing in, and I finally had a breakthrough last night. I did like 3,000 words, and it was amazing. I finally got through my block. I wouldn't say it was a writer's block, but it was more of an energy block. And I feel really good about where I got. And now I'm like this close to the end, this close. I'm definitely going to be working on that tonight. I'm going to be also talking a little bit about plot and structure and how I personally plot and some of the resources I've used. And hopefully, if you have any questions, you feel free to ask them in the comments. Hey, Allie. Hey, Chloe. Everybody's here. Yeah. And I'm so happy that Shadow got her absolutely, second shot. I'm so happy that we are all getting vaccinated. Welcome. So happy to see you. We're here to throw down and get some words in. Today, I have a book a day keeps reality away with a little unicorn on it, which I really love. And I did some cacao with some stevia to just make me, I know it feels like a fall drink, but it's definitely summer now. We're sliding into summer. I finally got out for the first time and did a run today. I'm really feeling positive about my writing. So hopefully you guys had a good week and got some good writing done. And if not, we're going to fix that right now. I'm on chapter 4 of this draft, so I'll have 4 chapters in a week. That's amazing, Chloe. Man, once you get on the writing train, you are a force to be held. Like I am, the fire coming off of your pen is leaving smoke behind you, like Wile E. Coyote, like right. Just amazing. Hey, Kate. Hey, how are you? Hello, and have. Come on in, pull up a nice cozy chair. Oh, and we have Oliver today. It's going to be a full house. It's going to be a little crazy. Yeah, and he just took a long nap, so he very well might be showing his lovely little face. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about when I started writing. At school, at least in U.S. schools, they do teach you a little bit about creative writing, just a little, and I always wanted more, so I actually did some outside study. Even when I was in high school, I got Writer's Digest, and I was always trying to learn about plot and structure. When I became more serious about my writing, I started buying books and going to classes. Some of my favorite resources for plotting, it starts with the hero's journey. I think that's where a lot of people start their plot from. If you're doing popular fiction, there's certain templates that people respond to, that certain readers and people who enjoy fiction respond to. The hero's journey, if you're not aware of it, is like Joseph Campbell came up with this idea of throughout history, he had looked at old legends from the Bible to Egypt, to different cultures, to Greece throughout the history. And it seemed like there was always the same beats in the story that would motivate people and get people really excited about reading it. And it would resonate, would be the word I'm looking for. It would resonate with people and be retold over the years. So it's like you have a protagonist, and the protagonist has to want something really bad. It may not be exactly what they end up getting, but the desire has to be there. And you're throwing up obstacles for them. And in an organized way, which usually is the hero's journey. There's they say that there's 3-act structure is what the hero's journey usually goes through. And I actually do like a 4-act when I do mine because I've added some different things. But the first half is Act 1, which is you have like 4 different things. And I want to make sure I'm hitting all the points. So I'm referring to my notes. You have the person. So it's like the setup in the first act. So your ordinary world, your call to adventure, the refusal of the call, the mentor, and the first threshold. So if you put some of these things up to any movie, really popular movie or stuff, you'll start seeing the same pattern. Everything from Harry Potter to Star Wars, you'll see that very same pattern. So the first act is just, I want to show you where this person, this boy wizard lives or where he comes from. I want to show you where Luke Skywalker lives, where his problems are. And then you want to have a situation force them to change because most people are not going to change without something to push them. So then you have the inciting incident, which happens in the first act. So it's going to be your Obi-Wan Kenobi dropping in going, yo, what's up? Looks like this princess needs some help. You want to come? Or it's Hagrid, in a bunch of letters showing up and your aunt and uncles saying, you're wizardary. You don't belong here. So, and it's just this doesn't just work for fantasy. This works for a lot of other genres, but there are different tropes in different genres. So you want to make your book genre specific, but this works really well for fantasy. This works really well for sci-fi. But you would just reframe it. Let's say if it was a romance or a rom-com or something like that. I'm trying to think of one that actually follows the hero's journey, but 50 First Dates, I think, because 50 First Dates is not a bad example, actually. It shows, it has more nuance to it than a typical hero's journey, but it is about the main character of the guy, and I don't remember the character's name, but he is kind of pushed into the situation when he meets this gal that he really responds to, and then the next day she doesn't remember him. So that is his gateway. Oh, hello. You want to say hello to Oliver? Hello, Oliver. Hello. He thinks I'm his mama cat now. But in 50 First Dates, Adam Sandler's character. Oh, yes, The Hunger Games does that very well, too. And it does work on almost anything, I agree. Oh, you got a new laptop. Woo! Hey, Greg, how are you? Save the... All right, I'm reading through some of the comments. 2 books on hero and villains, 1 on structure of sentences. Save write a novel on Stephen King. Yeah, those are all really good ones. Well, cooking dinner can also be used, and if you want to watch this later when you're actually doing, you can watch it now and enjoy the camaraderie, and then slay your writing goals a little bit later, Greg. So we love to have you, though, and you can use this for cooking. So we'll do 20 minutes, and I'm almost done with my diatribe about the first act. You don't have to hit all those points either. That's key. I think a lot of people get really upset when they think that someone's going to prescribe exactly what they're going to write. There's so much freedom in the form. It's like you have 26 letters and you can make a million words with the 26 letters of the alphabet. It's the same with this plot structure. You have a million different ways that you can reorganize this and use points of it. You don't have to have a mentor character. You don't have to have an actual threshold. But something akin to that will really resonate with your readers and your watchers, or if you're doing screenplay or what other, like even short story, it's just a really condensed, I would say, hero's journey. And it's just about one moment in the hero's life rather than a life-changing event. It's just a moment in the hero's life if you're doing a short story. So those are, well, thank you, Tina. Good morning and good afternoon. And I don't know. It's hello, welcome. And I love my kitty cat. See, and it lights up. I know, I'm a child. Okay, I am writing chapter summaries. Yes, actually, I think that's a wonderful idea. And even if you don't do, even if you're not applying this structure from the beginning as you're starting to write, after you finish your book, you can go through and what the Pot Whisperer says, and when I love her, she is Martha Alderson. She says to go through and write all your scenes, like one line about each scene, and see if it actually fits the structure. And if not, you can kind of move scenes around. So that's some of my hot takes. I don't know if they're hot takes, but that's some of my thoughts on Act One structure. And today I'm actually working on my Act Three, which is they're about to hit their black moment, which we'll talk about during one of the next breaks. I think we're going to talk about Act Two during the next break, and then Act Three in the third break. So I'm so happy everyone's here, and yes, Oliver has been cited and he is ready for action. So beware. Yeah, I would say the Hunger Games is very, very much on par with that. All right, and today I'm changing it up a little. Instead of our typical races, let me know if you like it. It's we're going to get some excitement here right at the beginning. Boom. All right. Our lives are on the line, guys. We have a ticking clock. And that's another good plot technique. Setting up a ticking time bomb. And yeah, Oliver does like my headphones. He does. He thinks I'm his mama cat now. Not that he didn't think that before. All right. Here we go, guys. I hope you are prepared to be exploded if we don't make this 25 minutes. So we're going to make this next 25 minutes count. I want you to get in mind if you're working in the beginning. Looks like some people are on chapter 5. Some people are doing edits. Some people are doing different things. And share what you're drinking today. Pick what's your poison. I think I had too much espresso today, so I'm just doing a little hot chocolate. All right. We're gonna do the first 25-minute sprint. On your marks, get set, go! Eee! I should make it bigger. Boop. Oh, wow. We exploded, guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So we're dead. We're dead. We're not dead. We did a good job. I hope you did a good job. I got 333 words. Kitty cat ears of success. Anyone out there willing to share their numbers? I want to see your numbers. Share your numbers. I want to see your numbers. Share your numbers. Let me celebrate you with my kitty cat extraness. How did everyone do? Are we awake? Are we alive and kicking? Come back, people, come back. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Woo. Well, 333 was not a bad first sprint. Yeah, that was the first one. Boy, howdy, yeah. And I hope everyone else got a few words in. I know some people are cooking, some people are getting into it, some people are wading into the water slow, and that is absolutely okay. And I'm proud of you for sticking with it. So we're going to talk a bit about Act 2. Act 2. A lot of people call this the sagging metal. This is where a lot of people really lose faith in their book. And honestly, it should be the part where you're having the most fun. This is where all the actual meat happens. This is where the hero is exploring the new world that he's gone into. Like with Harry Potter, it was exploring Hogwarts. With Luke Skywalker, it was meeting Han Solo and getting to finally get out in space and to interact, and finally become what he had wanted, which maybe didn't pan out exactly as he had planned, but he got to explore like actual new worlds and get off his planet. But you can do that in any format, even if you're writing, romance or different things. Like, what new world is your character exploring? And then they meet new friends. They get their group of explorers or adventurers or whatever. Like if you're doing a fantasy, that's very much in alignment with like they're getting their group together. This is where all the little conflicts happen. This is where they get a rival. This is where they start seeing the bigger problem. This is the fun and games part. This is the part where in The Lord of the Rings, where Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas were chasing the orcs, and they got to meet the horse lords, and they had all sorts of new plot complications. But they're not going to meet the big bad again until part 3, really, which is the Return of the King. So this is your middle part. This can be very exciting still. It can be a lot of fun. Let me see some of the other things. And it looks like the typical hero's journey. Yeah, this is test allies and enemies, going into the ordeal and what is at stake. So you're starting to actually see what's at stake in your book. Like, what's the big picture? Because you actually have to show what your character wants externally as well as internally. So even if this is a very intellectual novel, if the part where the girl decides that she really is in love with the hero and she's going to finally commit to him, or she's going to finally tell him her big secret and see how that goes because she finally admitted that she's in love, or she's decided that she's, going to leave him or whatever, like, because it's outside of her realm of possibilities. Like, so this is where we start making decisions, and it shows externally. So just make a point of showing something externally as well as internally, because you can't just have an inward journey with the hero's journey. It's also an external journey. So throw things at them and show like why this is important, not only to them, but to big picture stuff. What are they going to lose is a big question to ask yourself. What is my character risking? Are they risking their reputation? Are they risking their livelihood? Are they risking the retribution of the Galactic Empire? Because Luke decided to go after Princess Leia, and Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas decided to go after Merry and Pippin. So they made a choice to do that, but now they're facing new stakes and new powerful enemies. So the middle part is fun. I scanned over 80 pages of my work in progress, finding places and characters' names, so it would be easier to start writing the last few chapters. That's an excellent idea. How are you doing your story Bible, Shadow? Are you using a program? Are you using a spreadsheet? Yes, it's saying Princess Leia. I think I did say Princess Leia because Luke Skywalker, in the first movie, he one of his first goals was to save Princess Leia from she was a captive on the Death Star. But that was just the mini journey. That was the middle part. The big picture part for Luke was now the stakes are really big, is that we found out that this big Death Star can definitely destroy planets, and it's on its way to the Rebel base. So that's when the stakes actually get raised. Before it was just him and his friends trying to save this princess. Then it goes up to, wow, this whole world could be destroyed and the entire rebellion against the Empire could be destroyed. So we're in the middle part now. We haven't quite moved into the climax part. I think maybe I did. But if you get Legolas and Gimli and Aragorn were going after Merry and Pippin. And Luke Skywalker was going after Princess Leia. So hopefully that's all clear. Yes, I try to keep my fandom separate, but they did follow a very similar structure is what I'm trying to share. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to show different parts of different movies that if you kind of rip them apart, they're just doing the same thing over and over again, but they're using different characters, they're using different backgrounds, they're using different setups and different fun characters to interact. No, they're not the same movie, but that would be a really good crossover. I would watch that crossover. Yay! Story Bible! You all. I'm so happy you're getting some stuff done. All right. The coffee. You got into it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you got into it, Kate. Yeah, I did too. I got into that last one. It took the exploding bomb to get me back. Because I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it actually did an explosion sound in my headphones. And I'm like, oh, God, what's going on? And where I live, no, it's not that bad. I don't expect explosions. So another way that you can impose structure on your unwieldy novels, let's say, is to, I think what Chloe was doing is to write a little bit about each chapter. Maybe do a little chapter synopsis before you even write the book. And just the itty bitty little bit of what characters are in this scene or this chapter, what is their conflict, and how do they resolve it? And do they resolve it? Because they don't have to. They could just say, and things got worse. You know, a lot of people plot that way. It's like after every chapter, it's like, how can I make this worse? Like, get your characters up a tree and out on the limb and put some dogs underneath them that are ravenous and meat eaters, and then throw rocks at them and see how they get out of it. You know, paint them in a corner and make them get out of it. But throwing too much conflict at them, it feels almost contrived. And I like to actually let the story grow from the character's flaws and things they're trying to grow. So I try to pick my conflicts from both the setting and from the characters themselves. Okay, this is what Shadow does for her story Bible. So in the beginning with a rough draft, I got a Google Doc open and I'm putting different types of notes on different pages for story Bible. Set it out more formally and structured. Nice. I think that would work really good with Notion too. Like if you wanted to do something in there, or a spreadsheet would work really good. I use Scrivener for mine. That's pretty much the only thing I use Scrivener for, is to do my synopsi, is it synopsises? And my character descriptions. And so I have one place where they're all kept, and it's an easy database to go through. Oh, I have 4 chapters to edit this weekend. So, all right. Well, it looks like we're going to get back on that crazy train here. I think we should do a race this time. Let's do a race. I like my races. Cherry bomb. Do, 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 do. Gonna do it, timer. Da, da, da. Fun timers. What are you guys in the mood for? Do we want some crazy going with a classic? No, I know what I have to do. I know I have a... Let's try again. There we go. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Let's do it. I am sorry, this takes a sec. Rock on. All right. Oh, fun fact. I'm taking next weekend off, just to let you guys know. It's going to be super fun for me. I'm finally getting away. And not that work can really release me, but I have demanded time off. And I am going to the other side of the state. I'm going to get an Airbnb. And I'm also going to try to DM for the first time on a D&D campaign. I'm going to be a dungeon master, and I'm really, really scared. But I'm super excited. Oh, yeah, I was going to do unicorns, but, since I'm in honor of my kitty cat ears, I think I'm going to go kitty cat race. We're doing unicorn race next time, because that's also very classic. I had to quit a book so that everyone... I mean, people need time to breathe in books too, but I think you do need to move the action along. So that's pacing. And we could talk a little bit about that. I think plotting does help pacing, but it also is pacing per scene. There's a book called Techniques of the Selling Writer by Dwight Swain. It is probably my favorite writing book of all time. And it's expensive, and it's really old. It's like it was written in the late 40s, early 50s, and some of the language is very dated, but the advice in it is super solid. And one of the things that he talks about is motive and reaction and recovery. You need to have all three in a book. So there's certain books or movies, like James Bond, that really doesn't have a lot of quiet moments. But, maybe if you're writing a James Bond type movie, you don't need quiet or slower moments, but most books do. And I actually have had that problem too. I've been told that my books needed a moment of quiet, a moment with just the characters, not just action all the time. I mean, some of the best scenes in my books end up being scenes with just between the characters that are just fun or character moments. So keep that in mind. I do like, even zombies. I mean, that's for sure. That's intense, and that's going to need a lot of action. You're going to, yeah. Injury, trip, fall. Yeah, you got it. Like, it's already intrinsically in your story if you got something like zombies. Drafting is revising and editing. When I got Beta Reader, I can't really start fixing stuff without... Yeah, I agree. I like to bounce ideas against people. I usually do that with I have a first readers group of people that are my friends, and they have been reading me for years, so they know, they're like, Pam, you didn't describe anything here. I feel like it's just people talking in a box. You need to add more description, so it's nice. Just too much. Fair enough. And with zombies, though, I feel like you do have a bit of a pass on a lot of action. But if you watch The Walking Dead, every scene is not purely action. There's some of my favorite scenes in The Walking Dead were the character moments in between each character. So I don't know. I know that the stories that appeal to me the most have a balance of action, romance, comedy, and those insightful, like thoughtful moments. So your mileage may vary. All right, I think we're ready for sprint number 2. Are you ready for sprint number 2? Because I am. Share my screen with you. Dun, 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 dun. Gonna share my screen with you. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. This is to honor my kitty cat ears. They don't have flashing ears like me, but they are pretty extraordinary. So pick your kitty cats. What you need to change when it's only seen through one perspective. Beta readers sound very useful. They are, and yes. We got some orange tabby. Yes. All right, we're going to take number 3. I think I'm going to take 5 in honor of Oliver because he is my wildcat. The cat of my heart. Yeah, I'm with you, Chloe. Number 5. Blue kitty. Yay. All right. 25 on the clock. Rock and roll. Never stop. I want you to focus on your next scene and how you might add conflict, but also maybe a quiet moment. Because everyone comes to the table for a different reason. So make sure that you were supplying them the moments they need to enjoy your story. On your mark. Get set. Right like the wind. They're so cute. Number 4. Number 4 is the winner. I know, what even happened? But he won fair and square. So I think there were some blue fans out there. So good on ya. Good on ya for picking a lively and winner cat. Mr. Oliver did not win this time, it looks like. Here's the breakdown. He came in last. Lazy little kitty. No. Number 1 was number 4. 3 came in second. And number 1 came in third. So Midnight came in third. How did everyone do during that last sprint? Did you get some of those words out? Did you make a difference? Did you write like the wind? I got about 250. I was distracted a bit, but I did get something, and I'm very proud of the number that I got. This is my weekend word, so these are all freebies for me. I don't have a word count goal on the weekends officially anymore, so anything I do here is just bonus. So how did you guys do? I want to give out some kitty cat ears of success. We're not getting rid of the unicorn horns, but this time I'm just going full on cat because I'm just having fun. Hopefully you got a lot in that last one. I am out of chocolate, so now it's time to just to truck over to the water and to go into the third act. Edited another 1,400 words. Oh, yes, not only 900 left in this chapter. Well done, Miss Kate. You are rocking it. You're rocking the house. Kitty cat ears of success for you, my friend. I'm so glad Brenda stopped in to say hello. We miss her on the streams. I know she's quite busy. And Midnight came in third, yeah. But you know what? I think he gave it the old try. 2-chapter summary done. Rock on. You are amazing, Miss Chloe. You get some good flashing ears for yourself. 23 skidoo. And how are you? You're doing fine. I am too. I think I just am in the 20s, maybe, somehow. I've named some of my monarchy and have looked over 10 more pages to find names and places. I'm going to get a coffee refill. Yes. Oh my goodness, look at that. Good job, Miss Shadow. Flashing ears of success for you. Rock on, me the Batso. Time for a refill. I'm going to give you plenty of time as I talk about the third act. Ba-bum-bum. Oh, yes. Got to get the edits done. Got to get the job done. Yes, I know, right? 25 minutes is like the perfect time to get like a big chunk done, but still take a little break mentally. So in the third act, and I do this slightly differently again than the writer's journey or the hero's journey, because I have like that extra little part in the middle, which is the black moment and the coming back, for one last battle and then finally winning and then back. And then you do like a little epilogue for me. But it seems like traditional structure does the climax, and it looks like they do the road back and return with the elixir, which is, I guess, similar. But it seems like they dedicate a little more time to the come down. And I think if you're doing a story that is multifaceted, that has more than one part, that you don't want to give too much closure at the end of a book. You actually want to leave a little bit open. You want people to feel like that first book is done or the next book in the series is done, but that there's still a few big questions out there. So if you're writing serialized novels like book 1, book 2, anything in a set, you want to keep that in mind, is that you want too much closure. I think with my first book, I actually had way too much closure at the end because I wasn't sure if I was going to write a book 2 at that time. And so a lot of my read through is not great. It could be my writing at that time too, but I believe more so it was because I felt like I closed up the story a little too tightly and I didn't leave enough room for the sequel. So if you're writing big fiction, if you're writing series, then keep that in mind. Every book should have an arc and have a complete, satisfying story. But then you should definitely leave some lines open. And I do like having where it looks like the hero is going to lose. Like actually, they've like all of their plans have kind of gone south, and everything they had hoped is lost, and they just have to pull on that one moment where they have learned their lesson over the last how many book pages. They finally learned the lesson internally and externally of how to fight this big force. So I'm again using Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. And I don't think Lord of the Rings hits this point really well, so I'm still going to explore it a little bit. In Star Wars, that really follows classic structure very well, and the fact that Luke is the last ship. He's about to get destroyed. Everyone else has already failed, and the chances of him actually getting that final missile in there are very small. But then he decides to turn off his targeting computer and go and use the Force, which is his inner strength, or his inner lesson that he has learned to trust his own instincts. And he ends up I think it's enough known in pop culture that he does destroy. Hope this is not a spoiler. He does destroy the Death Star. And then we move over to Lord of the Rings, which I feel like Frodo failed his journey, and the fact that I think he tried it, but he couldn't find that last moment of strength to throw the ring into the lava. So he did not make that final leap of learning that he probably needed to release it. But he did, I guess, know enough to bring a friend with him who could facilitate his actually winning. So maybe, I guess the lesson in that for me was that friendships, when you can't count on yourself, sometimes you can count on your friends. And when Samwise says, I can't carry the ring, but I can carry you. And I don't know if that tracks in the book. I can't remember, but the movie was so impactful with that moment is because Frodo chose his companion well, and that saved the day. And I think what J.R.R. Tolkien was trying to say with the book was that even the smallest person can make a difference. So even Sam the gardener, who was probably a true hero of Lord of the Rings, the one who was not the technical hero of the story, he made the biggest difference. So, and that was such a satisfying, I think both those movies are a satisfying payoff. And I think the reason we resonate with that is because it does follow the hero's journey so closely. But hopefully that does help you. I highly recommend this book right here. This is an excellent book. I got it when I first started writing seriously. I got it at Borders back in the day, and I took a class in it, and I have found the structure is solid, and it really helped me. Like I said, you don't have to follow it exactly, but you can definitely take hints from it and take inspiration from it. So hopefully that's helped you, and that's some of my process of how I plot novels. I actually use also a grid where I track scenes, at least their emotionality. I'm like, how is this scene? Is this a quiet scene? This is more for pacing. Is this a action scene? Is this a reveal scene? So I can see how the story flows throughout the whole book. And if it looks lacking, like I'm doing too many, like I color code it. So if like doing too many just action scenes in a row, then I'll layer in some quiet moment scenes, or some just pure adventure, or we're going to fly the spaceship scenes, or just, girls being girls, those kind of fun things that are memorable. Like, I think some of my favorite parts in The Mandalorian were the little scenes with the bounty hunter bonding with Baby Yoda, or with Grogu. I thought that was my favorite parts for sure. So keep in mind that it's an internal and external journey. And I highly recommend Chris Vogler's. It's called Chris Vogler's The Writer's Journey. And It's actually very, very good. All right. Is anybody wanting to share their numbers from the last one? It looks like everyone did a good job and they got their, I don't think anyone, like we're doing a lot of editing. We're doing a lot of story Bibling. So I got maybe 250. That wasn't quite 300. I can't give myself 300 for that one. I was distracted. All right, moving on. And I think the last race of the night, this will be it, my friends. This is it. And I'm going to go a total classic this time. If I can do it. Do 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 do. Gotta find. There we go. $25 on the clock. I hope everyone has refilled their drinks. Taken notes if you so desire. You got your next section of your project ready for this little 25 minutes. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is the game, people. This is how we make it happen. This is how we use Pomodoros to get our work done. Hopefully you're enjoying this lovely little stream. Happy little stream that it is. And I will be giving out unicorn horns after this one, so be well. Oh, yay. Gotta go. Bye, Brenda. So good to see you, my friend. Thank you for stopping in. It's always good to see you. Thank you for supporting the stream. Pam Pam forever. And if you're new to the stream or you're watching this later, make sure you do like and subscribe. It truly helps me out. And you will get notified if you put on the little bell whenever I'm doing extra videos and things, which I'm hoping to, while I'm gone this next weekend, come up with some great ideas and maybe do some filming. I always hope I can do it. I think that I have it on my list, so we'll see if I can actually make it happen. And I'll definitely be back after that to let you know how my D&D dungeon mastering went and how the weekend went, and hopefully you'll bring your projects back and we'll have this wonderful reconnect in 2 weeks. So, all right. And I think I'm going super classic this time if I can get it to work. Yes. All right, 25 on the clock. Pick your unicorn. And the colors do match my kitty cat ears, so I guess I'm good with it. I'm gonna go with, I'm feeling a little blue, da-boo dee bop. I'm going with number 5. Blue da-boo dee bop, da-boo da-boo dee bop, da-boo da-boo dee bop. Number 6, we have a number 6. Going with the purple guy. Number 2. Yeah, that pink, man, that pink gets me. It is a good shade too. But I'm gonna stick with blue. All right, this is it. This is your one chance, one opportunity. Mom spaghetti. No. All right. 25 o'clock. Rock and roll will never stop. And I know everyone's back from coffee. Everyone's just raring to go. So on your marks. Get set. Go! Oh, Rose. Hey, Rose. Number two. Number two is the winner. Number two. And I believe we did have a number two out there somewhere. Yup, it was Kate. Lovely Kate is the winner. Good job, Kate. And I have gone back to my traditional, unicorn horn of success. So everybody, have you heard that I got 900 words during this stream? So rock on with my bad self. Wow, whoa. I got 900 words altogether, which is not bad. I think everyone did pick one of each unicorn, so I think there was no chance that no one would win. 250, maybe 3. Hey, that ice cream really did fuel you up there, Miss Allie. Good job. Unicorn horn of success for you, my friend. Well done, well done. 2 people chose 2. Well done, 2. Rock on. Yay. Do you feel successful? Yeah, I know. And you also finished editing chapter 12. And did the first scene of 13. So yay, Kate, you're moving on. Rock on with your bad self. I'm so proud of you. Woo! Snap, snap, snaps. That's what they do in the poetry slams. You got to do snaps. Proud of you. Well done, people. And I am impressed with Shadow's ability to have this huge cast and keep everyone straight. And I think the story Bible will probably be the way to go if you're going to have that large a cast, because I have 3 main characters, but I have a lot of ancillary characters, and I've noticed that when I get up to 7 or 8, that I start forgetting little details about their personalities and things, so I have to kind of refresh myself sometimes. So I respect you having 24 named characters in your book. Yeah, if you got a lot of fodder, I mean, look at Game of Thrones. It didn't go into everyone during the first book. It just focused on a lot, to be fair, but it had a lot of room for growth and a lot of characters that they didn't explore right away that got to expand their parts as the series goes on. So you're building a world. You're building a beautiful, beautiful world. Hey, chica, what's up? Good to see you. Typing on the phone because I'm lazy to set up and type on my laptop. So far, so good. Well, welcome, chica, my friend. I'm hoping that this stream is helping you out and that you get some amazing words in. I actually think the swipe function on my phone is pretty good if I'm going to do some quick idea generation. And I do dictation on my phone a lot, too. So phones are awesome for helping, in my mind. So we went over plot and structure. We did 3 beautiful Pomodoro sprints. And I'm sorry, Miss Chica, but this is the end of this stream. But I'm going to tell you that if you would like to watch the beginning and come all the way through, there'll be lots of great tips and lots of great streams. And I'll be back in 2 weeks for my week. I usually do weekly streams, but I'm taking a break next week. So please like and subscribe if you're into that kind of thing, because we bring all sorts of crazy. And we bring all sorts of fun, I hope. And the Pam Fam is always the fantastic people. I mean, we're all wonderful here. Everyone is supportive and kind, and we're all here to get our writing goals and other goals done. So welcome to the Pam Fam. And I'm really, really hoping to enjoy. Aw, thanks, Kate. Oh my goodness. So, all right, so I guess you guys have somewhere to party next time. I will be here in spirit. And if you follow me on Instagram and different things, then you'll see some of the pictures from my vacation. And I always throw pictures of Oliver and Petunia up and what I'm doing on a daily basis, or ish, what's happening in the real world. But I love you all. Thank you so much for showing up. There'll be more unicorns in the future very soon. And I will be back. Bring in the power, bring in the good vibes, and bring in the unicorn magic. So thank you all. I love you. I will see you soon, and happy weekend and happy writing. Thanks for everything. We'll see you later. Love you. Bye.